Now, you need to be intentional if you are going to raise children who are emotionally healthy. This will not happen by hit and miss. This is not a let's go somewhere for a weekend. This is something that you're going to have to be intentional with long term. It's kind of like if you decide if your family is going to be fit. If you're exercising, they will probably exercise. If they're going to be healthy, the diet that they eat, how they look at food, it's the same way. How do they look at emotions? Are emotions good? Are they only good if they are good feelings? You can talk about the good ones, but not the bad ones. Are feelings good and bad? Are feelings just feelings? And it's okay to feel hurt or frustrated or alone or confused, as well as it is to be happy, excited, and creative. So you are going to set the template, but without intentionality, nobody gets to emotional maturity. It has to be a discipline that you engage for a season, and then you have the skill, like anything in life. If you're committed to raising emotionally healthy children, you have to be committed to an intentional plan to do that. Now, I'm going to give you some practical ideas here, and you can take what you want, all right? And hopefully this helps you just have some fun with it. Number one, be clear that feelings are not thoughts. If I ask someone how they feel, if they do not tell me an adjective, like close, confused, curious, whatever it is, if they don't tell me an adjective, they are telling me a thought. Thoughts are not feelings. Feelings are adjectives. Calm, overwhelmed. And so you in your own heart and mind have to be sensitive that when you're asking for feelings and someone says, well, I think that we should they're sharing a thought with you. They're not sharing a feeling with you. When someone is sharing an adjective, that's a feeling. Number two, practice asking. Just when your kid's having normal conversation with you, well, what did you feel when that was going on, when they're sharing their day? Now, I would caution you to not word it this way. Avoid, how did that make you feel? Because you may be teaching your kids that they're victims of other people, that somehow other people make them feel things. Now, they can feel things as a reaction, but they are in control of what's going on in here as far as being able to identify it or communicate it, okay? And so I think it's better when you're talking to kids, say, well, how did you feel when that happened? How did that feel? What was the feelings? And if they go, well, I don't really know. Well, was it close to this? Was it close to this or this or this? Oh, it was that one, okay? But again, how did that make you feel? As a therapist, I would really not prefer you do that, because then everyone is in control of how I feel. And you don't want to teach them that the external environment controls them emotionally. They have to react to it, and they may react to it emotionally, but them reacting to it emotionally is still them driving their car as opposed to someone else driving their car. So be careful about that. Number three, do one feeling a day. At bedtime, just if you have little kids, say, what was one feeling you had today? Then also share one feeling you had. I did this with my daughter for years. If I put her to bed, it'd be like, okay, Hadassah, what's the one feeling you had today? She'd share a feeling connected to a story from her day, and I would share a feeling. And I taught her that males can identify feelings, communicate feelings, and be safe with their feelings and protect their feelings, okay? And so she learned very early on that men can do this. And so I inoculated her from dating men who couldn't. And the ones who can't usually have addictions or other issues going on in life, and the ones who can are generally healthier, okay? So if you have early adolescents, you can have them share a feeling from their day at mealtime or throughout the week several times. Hey, let's everyone share a feeling. Well, what's something that happened to you this week? Okay, that's one way to do it, or this day. I wouldn't necessarily do it every single day, so it sounds like, you're kind of being religious about it, but maybe on a regular basis, it'd be good. Okay, it's also good to teach them to praise each other. What do you like about your sister, your brother? Those are great things to do. But you can decide a rhythm so that feelings are part of the conversation. And you want to have both parents be able to do that so that both mom and dad can share a feeling from their day if the kids are sharing feelings from their day. Again, you want to lead by example. And it's okay for even dad to say, hey, let's do a feeling. My feeling today was I felt exhilarated when, my boss came in and said, we hit our goal and it was my fault that we hit the goal, and he laughed about it, and I felt exhilarated because I really tried hard. And then, the kids share one, mom shares one. It's a great thing to do. Also, in emotional fitness, we have an exercise called miming. This could be a fun game, especially like smaller kids tend to like this. And if you know what a mime is, it's when you put your body in a position without saying any words. And so in the emotional fitness book, I have you just kind of pick a feeling and then you mime it. And what happens there is you're actually teaching their fascial system to feel the feeling and to distinguish between feelings and thoughts. Because feelings hit your fascial system, they're throughout your whole body, they're not in your brain. And they begin to learn that calm is here, excited is here. And they begin to feel their feelings, not just think their feelings. That's really a fun thing. Next, if you're sharing feelings, with the kids and, they're sharing a story and say, hey, what'd you feel? I find this to be a great question that can really help you get deeper. What else are you feeling about that? And let them go through maybe 2 or 3 other feelings, and you might get to some really core thoughts, really core feelings as they're opening their heart towards you.